Hi guys, so I'm down at the bottom of my street on this field that has this amazing view. I'm down here doing a little bit of photography, videoing for my other channel. Just an update to say I had my tribunal. It's actually been in 2 weeks today, and I'll just tell you on the day I won. I was successful. I went with all the the lady that was helping me still got my paperwork. I literally had 7 minutes from getting up to the taxi coming because I had to fight with myself all morning. I'd given up. I wanted to leave the house. It was so hard. It was really long. You go in there, you sat in front of essentially three judges. I have had a tribunal before, which I won several years ago. Very different vibe this time. There were two people. One I got the sense was kind of explained it without going too deep. A lady that was understood the assessments that people like myself go under with medicals. Then there was actually a GP, and then there was the central guy, the judge. Well, I suppose they're all judges, but I think he was the legal guy and it was it was very official. You sat at these huge tables, three of them, they're sat one each, like a big desk, what you see in a court, opposite you, and you're sat at this side of this desk where there's three, but you sat at one. It's like being a borrower. You feel so small. But I think there were some signs. There was a lot of the things. The actual assessment itself was absolutely ridiculous. It was like there's nothing wrong with the assessors taking the the people who assess you, but then they pass it on to Department of Works and Pensions for a decision maker to look at all the things, and it's quite clear that sometimes it's embarrassing and humiliating as it sounds, when you're intelligent, you feel you're a worthy person, and for some reason you can't seem to get your shit together regardless of doing all the work, all the mental work. I mean, I know now, after all these years, there's probably a reason why I couldn't get to the point of it, because it's less to do with therapy and trauma and stuff, and basically to do with how the brain develops as a child. Through it can even be something as lack of consistency. I went to 7 primary schools. I could get on like, oh, my life was hard, but my mum had her own issues, and we've had our moments. But regardless, if anybody's an example of two very differently wired human beings that constantly seem to be at odds, finding meaning in not being perfect, and just the fact that you love each other. That's another story. What I'm saying is basically, I have the proof and the paper and everything, but I suppose I've always been one of those people that, I feel a bit ashamed, and I'm always looking at the bright side. One of the things I said is, this thing I found out recently, because I've done all the work and I didn't understand it, my prognosis is really good. And, how many people advise me, why are you saying this shit? Because I don't care who you are, these people are intelligent. I've seen all kinds of walks of life, and the best thing I've ever done for myself is not trying to fit into somebody else's idea of what mental health should look like, because I spent years not understanding that I even had depression. Shit word. Political correctness is a thing. Why they still use that term is beyond me. Because it's so misguiding, let's say. And all I could do was go and talk, even with these things that maybe self-sabotage you when you feel I suppose I've never really felt entitled to the extra money you get. It's never been about that. It's been about that's just who I am. I can't help it. If there's no, if you don't get extra money for it, you don't get extra money for it. You can't make me go to an interview. You can't make me do these things, because if I could do them, I would be making myself do it before you even had a say. This is not the rest of my life. This is not my future. It takes me till my dying day. I am going to leave my mark on this world by doing something meaningful, something positive, something that isn't about me, because the one thing I've learned is taking your shit and turning that into something really powerful and positive for other people to use, and being able to communicate to anybody on any level. If you can use a good analogy and you're not up your own arse, but you've got, vocabulary, you're good with people, you have the potential to make a lot of people understand themselves, not give themselves such a hard time, therefore allowing them to open the door to more possibilities for themselves. And if you can do that, what a fucking gift. What a privilege. We all think we want to be rich, we want to be this, we want to be that. Money's nice. I'm going to have to admit, I'm not the most materialistic of people anyway. I wrote that bullshit before it even started, but I've never been too sort of like, I want to be comfortable, I don't want to be freezing, and things like that. But some things you cannot fucking buy. And that is being comfortable with your own shit. Having enough of your own bullshit. Knowing what's okay to grieve for the younger self. What's okay to let yourself be traumatized, but what's not okay to let it dictate who you are for the rest of your life. Being someone that can feel deeply does not entitle you to be a fucking martyr. But you've also can't walk through life going, well, you've got to toughen up and all that. Fuck that. Narcissism's a real thing. Don't be going out projecting it onto the world. There's a balance to be had. It's got nothing to do with money. It's got nothing to do with education. You don't have to be academic. That's a load of bollocks. Unless you want to be something really important for it to be academic. And, I'm telling you now, Google it. Do whatever research you want. Nearly half of NASA half the people who work for NASA are dyslexic. Could that be because their minds think differently? So it's more expanded in certain ways. People wake up. We live in a schizophrenic, fucked up world that is no longer suited to human beings, right? Stop punishing yourself. Stop punishing everybody else. Because it's your world. Whatever that means to you, there's a place in it for you somewhere. Our problem is we think we know what we want. Because we've been told all our lives from being a child we know what we want. Do you know what we want? We want peace of fucking mind and to feel when we get up there's a meaning to everything. No one else is going to give you that. I'm not preaching. I'm saying to you, you've no idea. Nobody's no idea, I've seen some shit. Some people listen to a lot more shit, but everything's relative to the person. What I'm saying is your shit's your story. Don't be a victim. Don't be a martyr, but don't be a victim. If you are a good human being, you've got a good heart, then the world has got everything you deserve in it. Start convincing yourself. Anyway, so this prognosis I give them, for the first time, because I've had a story for another time, so much, just horrendous ridiculousness with being made to jump through, just losing papers. It's just, I've never had a year when they haven't accidentally stopped me money. I've never, ever had any stability. Every time I passed, I thought we were going to cry and get emotional, but I was kind of like, I had that moment, and then I didn't want to cry, because I was like, justified. And then they said to me, you know, we really hope this is some time for you, Jane, you know, we like what you say, kind of vibe they gave me. And what we've decided is that we're going to give you 4 years. Man, I lost it. That's 5 years. Done so much work already. And now I know what I've got to do next. And the work coming next is quite simple. It's also doing neurology and retraining your brain and neuroplasticity, and you know, I'm down for all that. Brain training games and the right kind of counsellor. You know, people start it, and within weeks they feel a difference. 4 years of space to breathe, to not only finish the journey that I started, but to have the breathing room to make it, so when that 4 years is up, I never have to be dependent on anyone but me again. I'm not going to be any spring chicken. I'm no spring chicken now. Until the day they put me in the ground in my life. And every day, every single day is a new start, a new potential. Nobody's taking that away from me, least of all myself. Anyway, I just want to tell you, as much as it sounds like I'm preaching, I love human beings. I don't care what you've done. I just care who you come at me as. And I have to get a bit more involved, start watching more, because this is all our story. Whether you've got mental health problems or not, everybody's got a part in where this world goes. Don't ever kid yourself that you have no effect. It's another story for another time. Anyway, I said I'd update you, and that's how it is. And look, really, people draw, make paintings and draw pictures of these like alien worlds and beautiful skies, and you know, we never stop to look up and look around. It's fucking beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, it's enough of my bullshit. Much more interesting when I'm funny. So next time we're doing jokes. I love you guys. Bye.